From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point. On today's show, I'm joined with by Pastor Marty Young and Sharon Wilkins from the Vernal Christian Church. We're going to be talking a little bit about an upcoming humanitarian mission. Pretty exciting that you've done this. Now, you've done this before, is that right?
Sharon
Sharon,
has, yes.
you actually got to go on this previous mission.
I did 2 years ago.
You call it a mission. I don't.
Sure,
it's
that's
a
fine.
humanitarian
Mission
Yes, it is
trip.
a trip.
Yes.
Sure. February of 2012, I was part of a group from Vernal Christian Church, 10 people, that went to Cambodia. And that was a very exciting trip. It was a heartbreaking trip in many ways when you see the poverty and the child sex trafficking that occurs there. And so, but what those trips do is they really give you a heart for missions and a heart for reaching out. And so I'm also going on the Haiti trip that's coming up on February 1st, actually, is when we're leaving for Haiti. And it's just so exciting to be able to be a part of a group and to go to a country
that is making a difference.
That's making a difference.
And it changes everyone that went. Is it the same number of people you said there are? You're going for 10 days.
Correct.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. And the Cambodia trip was also?
Time frame was about 10 days.
About
also 10 people. This time we're taking 21. So these people did a great job of coming back and just kind of opening the eyes of a lot of folks in our fellowship. And as a result, we have one guy and 9 ladies on the last one. We actually have about 8 guys going this time, in addition to the ladies who are going to lead the way on this again.
I was going to ask how many of the 10 that went to Cambodia are coming back on this one?
Quite a few of them, actually.
Is that right?
I think it's about 8.
8 out of the...
Wow. I imagine once you have the opportunity to do that level of service, it's something you desire to do again, isn't it?
Yeah, my wife went with Sharon and the other ladies, and Sharon's husband and myself both are being drugged along this time, just to make sure that we get to experience what they experience, because they haven't stopped talking about it for 2 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And Sharon knows that when the next one comes around, you won't have to be dragged, right?
That's right. They will not have to be. They'll be volunteering.
What a wonderful thing. And I know you're saying that tongue-in-cheek, but what a great thing that you're involved in. Now, you also have opened this out beyond the church. The church is the driving force here behind organizing this effort, but you've opened it up as well into the community.
It's kind of self-drilled, I think, into
does
the
it, doesn't
community,
it?
because as we had the opportunity to talk about it, and we had so many people and businesses in the community and support us, we got to go back and give them updates. And as we gave the updates, we were met by many folks who said, we want to go on the next one. And some of them were all talk, but we've got a couple of folks that are going with us, and we're excited that we could open it up into a greater group of folks.
And we should say that this is something that these individuals are paying for themselves.
Yes.
So it does take a commitment, not just in the time to go, but also in financial ways. So it's a big deal.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
It's different in that we're in this hemisphere with Haiti, which is allowing a lot more people to go, and Haiti, some 800 miles from Florida, so there were people who thought maybe we can make this trip.
Right.
And actually we're talking about in 2 years to India, so maybe they'll be ready for that one.
Yeah. Now, you're not only are you going to be working while you're there to benefit the people of Haiti, but you're bringing things with you as well. Right? Tell me a little about that, Sharon.
Well, we've had donations. The community, our community is such a tremendous community and such a giving community. And so as we advertise the fact that we're going, the church, the team members, the community have donated many items and money toward this trip, because everything that we do over there, we have to take with us. We have to take the money with us to do projects, or we take items for the children and the adults, really.
So you each have an additional suitcase that you're bringing.
That's right.
A 50-pound suitcase.
Yes.
Right.
And
that's what you're allowed, and you'll probably fill it right to the 50 pounds.
We will.
We will.
We'll plan, and it'll include medical supplies, children's clothing, school supplies, a few odds and ends as far as tools, smaller tools. But then the purpose of the money that's being raised is going to feed villages. Haiti, some may not realize that Haiti is by far one of the most poverty-stricken countries in the world, not just in our hemisphere. And 2010, they were hit by a horrific earthquake and have had a couple of direct hits by hurricanes since. So put on top of that 80% poverty level, put on top of that the destruction and the loss of infrastructure.
Right.
There's nothing there, so we bring it all in.
Wonderful. Wonderful that you're going to do that. I want to talk a little bit more about that in the next segment, the things that you're bringing, and maybe how some of our viewers can also help. Even though they may not be traveling, there are ways that they can help. We appreciate you both coming today. We're going to visit with Pastor Marty again and one of the other members that's going to be traveling with you in the next segment. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsor.
Strata Networks offers advanced voice, internet, wireless, and TV solutions, all from a local company you know and trust. Bundle 3 or more qualifying services with Strata Networks and get 10% off. Start saving today.
Welcome back to Local Point here on VTV. I'm your host, Chris Piner, and we've been talking about the Vernal Christian Church and a trip that's upcoming to Haiti to do some humanitarian work there. We're joined again by Pastor Marty Young, and this time by Teddie Evans. So another person who's going to be going, a team member. Will we say a team member on this great trip? And how did you get involved in this, Teddie?
You know, I heard through the grapevine, Sharon mainly, about the trip, and having been on a humanitarian trip 4 years ago, I'm very blessed and fortunate that they let me join them. So I'm very, very lucky to go.
And what do you think you're going to experience while you're there? We really haven't talked much about what you will be doing there. We can imagine. Do you know what you'll be engaged in?
You know, I think that a little bit of everything. If you've not been on one of these, it's hard to say. I put on my little sheet, you do anything from painting to cleaning to being a grandma, which I can be a grandma, but you do everything from holding children and loving them to cleaning up after them, or painting, or pounding a nail.
Now, Sharon had told me off camera that there will even be a vacation Bible school, so the range of what you're doing for the people there is pretty wide.
Yeah, we're, as far as the children are concerned, with so many kids who were left as orphans on the earthquake and everything, that many of them just living with other families, we've been told that we should expect, as soon as we show up in a village, to be surrounded by hundreds of children just eager to just play and sing and whatever. So we're excited about that. But some real efforts in the area of medical efforts, building, roof repair, and then what we're really excited about is, as Sharon pointed out in the last segment, the taking of food into individual family homes, and that's a major effort we're on right now. We've discovered $500 will feed a family, or a village, excuse me, for a week, and so we're going to be dividing the food up into household amounts and delivering them to these villages up into the mountains, even outside of Port-au-Prince.
All right. So this is a great way that other people can help, and we talked a little bit about this in the first segment. If we happen to have a viewer who would like to be part of this effort, certainly you could use donations.
Sure. And until we leave on the 1st of February, we will be receiving funds. We have an account at Wells Fargo for Haiti mission trip. and they can make deposits there for that. We will make sure they know about it, where we've been, where we took their money to spend, and as well as the opportunity for the for the supplies and just the lumber, the different things we'll be building with, we'll be buying while we're down there.
Can you tell me, either of you, a little bit about the sponsoring of individuals? I know we didn't get to that in the first segment. Sharon had a lovely photo of a young man.
We sponsor, I think, 7 to 11 kids right now. We could sponsor many more, and probably will once we get back. Children that it helps with their schooling, it helps with their feeding, it helps with their clothing, and it's $30 a month, I believe, and we're looking to increase that. Every time we have a group of kids to take as sponsors, they get snatched up immediately. So we're excited. That's kind of our anchor to that even after we leave.
You know, we off camera again, we had there's so much more, we can't fit it all in one show, but we were talking a little bit about how life-changing things like this can be. Teddie, did you say you had been on something like this
Yes,
before?
I went to the Amazon 4 years ago, to a little village there, and that's what we did. We build, and I think the thing that we don't realize is the love these people have. They have nothing but the love they have for each other and for people. They love you, they love life, and they're so resilient. As I was saying, my nephew, who is an ambassador at Haiti, said they're so resilient, and their main purpose in life is to exist, and the Christian church is almost their sole provider. So funds are so desperately needed.
Right.
You know, we can only take 50 pounds. That isn't a lot. I wish we could take 500 pounds.
Right.
But we can only take 50 pounds, so funds are desperately needed. Everybody out there, you know, bring on the money.
Yeah, your bags, and that's really a good point. The bags are packed. You've got 50 pounds per person in an extra suitcase. But what there is room for would be some donations, monetary donations, because that can go so far, and sometimes even further. Isn't that right? Than the actual things you bring. There are outlets that can stretch those donated dollars far more than we could.
But you stop and think about these people. Their only thought is to exist, to get up in the morning and get through the day.
And survive.
So funds
the
are
basic needs.
so desperately needed.
So needed. So this would be a great point to close on. One more time, will you tell me how people can make these donations?
Well, they can make donations at the church, 1845 West, 750 South. They could additionally make financial contributions at any of the Wells Fargos in the basin through Haiti Mission Trip is the account there, and any teller will help with that. And then in the mail, P.O. Box 1568, Vernal Christian Church.
Right. Or contact any of the members that
Certainly.
are going on the trip. We thank you for your efforts. I can't wait to hear all about it when you get back. I remember you telling me a little bit about that Amazon trip. Now that
Are you going to have
mention
us back so we can tell all the people?
I think we need to,
Yes.
right? Get a follow-up and then maybe prepare for the next one, because
Right.
I have a feeling that this is going to be a continued effort. People want to help,
Right.
inherently. I think
Exactly.
Yes,
it's part of our
so
nature.
come on and help us, community.
Right. Well, thank you for both coming, and thank you
for
for
having us.
watching today's show. We hope to see you again right here next time on VTV Channel 6.